Alright, here I got a 2001 Suzuki GSXR 600. I'm going to show you step by step how to get to your spark plugs. And there's a fuse box. It's pretty much hidden, or there's usually one here. It's like attached right here on by your computer or your ECM. But this bike, it's actually up front, right inside there. See, that's my fuse box there. So mine's wired that way. And these bikes are known for electrical problems. Between 2001 and I want to say 2006 is where they changed it. You're going to have stator problems. There's a wire right there where those blue connectors are, my finger is. You want to splice that, cut that factory cable or connector on it. You want to cut that off and wire those hot wire basically together, because it will melt and then your bike will catch on fire. This bike actually caught on fire once because of that stator got too hot and it melted all the wires inside there. So I had to buy a new stator, put a new stator in it, put the stator the charging systems all have been redone on it. New plastics, except for the tank. I'm looking for a tank. If you know anybody that has one that's just parting out a bike, please message me. This bike does run. Even if I put gas in this, it'll fire up, it'll run, no problems. It's just the cap doesn't hold like it's supposed to. I'll show you the gas cap here. It's junk, it corroded. This doesn't lock, and I also lost the key to it. So I ended up having to replace the ignition itself. So this is a new ignition, new key comes with. I also replaced this seat. There's this here, the lock for the seat, back seat. I replaced that. What else did it come with? Oh, I also replaced my handlebars, or my grips. I replaced those. I replaced the mirrors because the ones that he had on there before were broken and they didn't hold very well anymore. So we ended up replacing them. I replaced all the plastic, the windshield. So pretty much this bike's been rebuilt. I'm also working on that one over there. That's also a 2001 Suzuki. This is a Volusia VL 800. This one had fuel problems, so I'm working on the fueling. There was hoses that were corroded. They're old, so I just went out and bought some new ones. So we're going to put those on today. But here I'm going to show you step by step how to get to the spark plugs. The spark plugs are under the tank. So what you want to do is there's two screws right there. One there, one there. You want to take those out. Take those out. And then there's a hinge right here. There's usually 4 screws here that'll hold this, but there's rubber garment or gasket things you can actually pop that tank off. So let's go ahead and prop you guys up. And oops. So that you guys could see me take this out. You'll want a 3/16 or whatever screw you have on your bike. You want that screw taken out of the top of your handlebars. It's very simple, very easy. I actually replaced these screws with Allen style head screws or hex screws, however you want to call them, so that they were easier enough to take out. Like I said, they're 3/16 screws, and then your tank will lane up like this. You have two wires, or a wire here and a hose with a connector to it. You want to take those out. Don't lose your screws. You want to put those back in when you're done. Here, let me grab you guys so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, there's your fuel pump. You want to pop that brown wire or connector. You want to loose or take that apart, and then this has a little easy disconnect. You want to take that out. Come on, phone, focus. It's trying to focus on something else here. I actually cut the hose off and put a filter on it. I'd rather have a filter on there than having to get gunk and junk inside my carburetor. So we're going to sit you guys right here. I'm going to try and do this with one hand. These things are a little hard to do. Okay, there's the hose. And there's the butt connector. Now, I'm just going to pop this tank off. Like I said, there's a hinge right there. See how it just popped those screws out? That's how you take your tank off. This tank is empty, so there's no fuel in it. I just bought fuel for it, so we're going to put some fuel in it, get it running. Now, this is your air box. You want to pop, there's screws on washers underneath. You want to pop those off. Mine's loose, so I don't have to worry about any connecting or disconnecting screws. Mine doesn't have a vacuum leak, so I don't have to worry about it. There's also this here. This is a drop sensor, so when you try to do wheelies and stuff like that, it won't let you. It'll shut your bike off so you don't flood it. You want to disconnect that cable. There's also an air cable on this side. There's this cable to your air sensor. You want to take that, disconnect it. And then this should just come right up. Well, sometimes it likes to come up. Alright, well, looks like we're going to have to unscrew it. So you want a Phillips screwdriver. If I can find it, I might have to go get a light. Sometimes these screws are a little tricky to get out. Let me grab my light, I can't see it. Okay, you kind of could see the little things there. Those are retaining clips. You want to unscrew those off the bike. That's one. That's two. I must have tightened these up on here. Sorry, I hit that phone with my head. But there's screws here. There should be 4 of them on your intake cover, or your air intake. And I dropped the screwdriver down in there. It should be loose enough that I can get it out. Yep. Now this should just pop right up. Make sure you disconnect your air lines. And that should just come right out. We'll sit that to the side. Okay. There are your spark plugs. So you have one here, one here, one here, and one here. You want to take those out. And that's how you get to your spark plugs. Disconnect your wires first. Just easy pop. These are actually coil on boot. They'll just come right out. You gotta go a little love tub plug. But that's a coil there. And then down inside is your spark plugs. Make sure you push it back down very good so that you don't have any openings or gaps between the cover and the boot. Otherwise you'll get dirt and debris down inside there. You don't want that inside your bike. Also, when you take your stuff apart or take any of this out, put something in here like a towel or paper towel. Anything you can just stick on top of this, or caps, boots, whatever you want to do to keep this from getting dirt inside here, inside your carburetors. Otherwise, you're going to have a hassle of cleaning these guys out because the screws are really far down in there. And you definitely don't want to re-sync these. These are a pain in the butt to re-sync. But that's how you get to your spark plugs. If you have any comments, questions, go ahead and shoot me a message or comment down below, and then I'll show you how to do that. And then also, when you're having issues with your turn signals, these here are known to go out or go bad. Replace those ones. Also, those ones there, those are aftermarkets, but you can also put aftermarket ones on this bike. Doesn't matter, however you want to run your lights. But these here, these are LEDs. You can't fix these. These are not replaceable. If they were just the bulb ones, you could replace the bulb and then find the wire. Here are my wires here. I have connectors to them, so they're easy to replace or take apart. I have electrical tape on them so that they don't come apart or touch the body of the bike. I'm gonna have to replace this grip because it's starting to peel. But other than that, that's how you get to those. Also, if these aren't working and you know those are brand new, trace the wire down, find your issue there, or replace your fuse. Your fuse might be bad. Those are known to pop too when you're putting aftermarkets in. I've had an issue where I put an aftermarket in and it also automatically popped the fuse in it. So make sure you replace your fuses. Always check your fuses when you buy a used bike. Otherwise, you're going to have a heck of an issue of trying to get your bike to start. But yeah, that's how you do it. If you have any comments, questions, please shoot me a message or comment below. I'll answer as many questions as I possibly can. Thanks.